welcome to a new video. Let's get ready with me and do my makeup. Before I started filming, I used a 0.5 retinol serum on my face and the Advanced Nail 92 moisturizer from CosRX. For makeup, I will start applying a pink concealer on my under eyes, under my nose, and underneath my lip area. And I'm using Maybelline concealer, and I've tried many types of concealers, and I always go for this one. Afterwards, I used 00, which is a very light color, as you can see here, under my eyes and in all the areas that I previously used. And I start with very light, and I use a beauty blender with a lot of moisture, and then if I need to, I will apply with my fingers and go again with the beauty blender if needed, just to make sure everything is covered. Lately, I've been loving cream blushes, so that's what I will be using. I just apply very lightly first on my cheeks and on the bridge of my nose, and then I just tap everything, and I usually just go and apply a little bit more, and I apply everything with the tips of my fingers, and I just like a very flushed look on my cheeks. Afterwards, if I need a little bit more, I apply directly on the tip of my fingers, directly on the product, and as you can see, I smile to see the cheeks fully, and then I just tap with my fingers and apply everything evenly on my face. Now, this has been a favorite of mine for many years. This is the translucid powder for Laura Mercier, and I always apply just a little bit on all the areas that I previously applied the concealer, just to make sure that everything stays in place and doesn't move around. As you can see, I did not use any foundation, and I never use. I use this as basically an all-in-one for my face, so I will use this now as a contour for my nose, and you will see that I will also use it for my eyes, and I just use it for my nose to shape it, and I will also use it as kind of a bronzer because it has a very good palette base for an all-in-one use for everything that I need, basically. So here I'm just shaping my nose, and I did the exact same for my cheeks to just make them a little bit more sharper. I already have a very sharp looking face, but I like to just make everything look a little bit more zhuzhed, So yeah, I just applied a little bit. I always go with little by little and not extreme. Now I will apply this base color all over my eyelids, and I start with the tips of my fingers to cover the entire area, and then I go ahead with just a fluffy little brush and I dip it again and remove the excess, and I just pass around my entire lid, and just to make everything more cohesive and better, just to make everything better. Just to remove anything that can be in the way, I hope I can get myself across here. I will mix these two colors, and I will make kind of a smoky eye, but a very subtle smoky eye, and I will make it very browny and very beautiful. I like to do this when I want my eye to have a little bit of depth but not extreme. So yeah, I'm using this. I also go a little by little, but since the color has a little bit of punch, I have to be a little smart and go slowly, but since this is a little bit fastened up, it does look like it's kind of crazy, but yeah. Afterwards, I go with the same brush that I did before with the Laura Mercier, and I just clean it up. Now with a little bit of golden color, a shimmery golden color, I go in the middle of my eyelid and I just make it pop a little bit so it's not so matte looking, because I like a lot of shine on my face in general. Afterwards, I will use this color that I like to use as a highlight, and I will just put it on the bridge of my nose, on the tip of my nose, and also on the high points of my cheeks. And I like to do this also with the tips of my fingers. You will see here that I use my fingers a lot when I use makeup. I will also do it under my eyes and on the corner of my eyes and on the top of my eyebrows to give these points a little bit more shine. I will contour my lips with a very neutral pink color, and I will do it not over drawing my lips because I already have very plumpy lips, but just on the border of my lips. And for a long time now, the vinyl Maybelline in the color Koi or in a lot of other colors, it's my absolute secret. They stay all day on the lips and it's just a gorgeous color. I absolutely love these. I have them in basically all colors. I love it. Afterwards, I use the NYX brow glue, and I'm using this in brown so I don't have to even do a lot on my eyebrows. And afterwards, I just, as you can see here, use my fingers to just put them in place. This is an eyeliner that I really love, but I will do it afterwards. So this is the final result. I think it ended up looking very cute, very soft, nothing extreme, just a very daily wear, daily makeup, and I was very happy with the results. And yes, I hope it was helpful. I'm not using anything expensive. This is basically all drugstore makeup. And here's me showing you the outfit that I chose. I was going to have lunch with my parents this day, and I thought this was a very cute outfit. Just very cute little dress and with some jewelry, and the makeup was looking so cute with the outfit. And I thought the makeup was glowy and cute, but honestly, afterwards I ended up not going with this. I changed my outfit because it was getting a little bit hot. Now, if there's one thing about Portugal and Spain is that we love tapas. Now in Portugal we don't call them tapas, we call them petiscos, but it's basically the same. You are having an entire meal based on entries. These are shrimps in a very garlicky sauce with olive oil. It's very simple, but they are delicious. And one thing about Portuguese people is that we love to eat on the side of bread. So this is bread that we dipped in that amazing garlicky sauce. And this is a national treasure. This is sumol. It's a pineapple fizzy drink. These are clams and they are absolutely amazing. You just put a little bit of lemon on top and you do exactly the same as you basically did with the shrimps. You eat the clams and afterwards you basically have a little bit of bread with maybe a little bit of butter, and you just drench the bread with the sauce that you have, and it's a lemony fresh sauce, probably with coriander or salsa, and it's just amazing. This is called pica-pau. This is actually not a super traditional pica-pau, but it's basically a pork meat dish, always with a side of fries, and it's very delicious. It's usually for sharing. We don't eat this as a one-person meal. And you will always have this with some pickles or something else, and we just eat this up, and it's just very indulging. It's very nice. I don't drink alcohol, but this is a very typical meal that you will have with some beers. That will be it for today's video. I know it was a little bit short, but I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I hope to see you guys in the next one. Have a lovely rest of your day, and see you guys in the next video. Bye bye.